Joining me now, former State Department senior advisor under President Trump and George W. Bush, and former North Korea human rights deputy special envoy Christian Whiton. Also joining the conversation all morning long, James Freeman and Liz Peek. Welcome to everybody as we start this hour. Christian, I want to kick it off with you. You heard what happened at the meeting yesterday. It was definitely tense. On the U.S. side, laying out what the issues are with China, and the Chinese punching back a little bit there. Where does this go from here? Because this is not the Trump administration anymore.
That's right, and the Chinese know that. Now, whenever you want to try to talk to the Chinese about human rights, as I've tried at times in the past, this is typically the reception you get. But the Chinese, their willingness to be this aggressive, this rude, this duplicitous in saying that they do democracy better than the United States, partly is because they realize they are dealing with a supplicant in the Biden administration. You know, a lot was made that the Secretary of State and Secretary of Defense made their first foreign trip to Japan and South Korea, but that was sort of the theatrics of appearing to bolster key U.S. alliances. The real diplomacy is taking place last night and this morning in Anchorage. And I think what is taking place, contrary to billing, actually is the Biden administration preparing to go soft on China. Probable discussions about a summit between President Biden and Xi Jinping, reduction of tariffs and export controls, and other things like that. Going soft on China at this point in time would be a huge problem, especially after the Trump administration's push. It sort of woke up everybody's eyes, and the world started really watching, and especially Americans, what China is doing to us. And that's when Biden jumped on the bandwagon and said, yes, China is eating our lunch. So it's sort of this late acknowledgement or a pandering in a way, but it doesn't really seem something that is core to the administration's belief set, if you will. That's right. And this administration, which seems to be running, in a sense, on autopilot, just not getting a lot of presidential leadership, but instinctively replaying the Obama-Biden administration. Look at what else they have done in 2 short months. They have rejoined the Paris Climate Accords. They canceled the Keystone XL oil pipeline with Canada. They attempted to entice Iran into discussions to, join the 2015 nuclear deal. And with North Korea as well, they have an unrequited attempt at negotiations in the manner that it was conducted in the Bush and Obama administration. So similarly with China, even though they recognized during the campaign they needed to adjust their rhetoric a little bit, although Biden said some still starkly soft things on China, it's sort of trying to turn the clock back to 2015 and before of economic and diplomatic interaction with China in the hopes that it will reform them. Liz Peek.
Yeah, Kristen, good morning. It seems to me that we need to remember that during the campaign, Biden was supported by big tech and big corporate America. Both groups have a lot of interest in normalizing, if you will, relations with China and dropping the tariffs and so forth. Do you agree that that's going to be a driving force going forward? And that I agree with you 100%. This is all sort of drama and theatrics, while actually the real work is going to be unrolling the stiff measures that the Trump administration put on?
Thanks, Liz. Yes, I think there are early signs that confirm your suspicions. If you look, the Commerce Secretary in her confirmation testimony, in fact, she was delayed a week or so because of this, because she was unwilling to initially affirm support for export controls. These are important and very focused efforts to deny top-line U.S. and Western technology and Japanese and Korean and Singaporean technology and Taiwanese technology to Huawei. And Huawei, of course, is sort of, if you combine Apple and Qualcomm on the NSA, that's what you would get. Now, there have been some banter back and forth, and there's a debate within the administration on how hawkish to be. But if you go back to the White House, I mean, look at, it was NSC officials at the National Security Council that put together this meeting in Alaska, and you have John Kerry, the climate envoy, looming in the wings, who very much wants a deal with China. So what are you going to give up? I think you're going to give up the things you mentioned, Liz.
James Freeman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christian, I think I share your concern that all of the issues are going to be traded away in return for a meaningless promise from the Chinese to use green energy more decades from now. But let's say it's not just rhetoric. What is the single action you would like the Biden administration to take now?
You know, I think basically recognizing that we should not be in a hurry to get to yes on a climate deal. Now, the administration has boxed itself in ways because it wants a deal somewhere, and it's not going to get that from Russia. President Biden just called the Russian leader a killer, which doesn't really help with negotiations there. The Iranians, the North Koreans don't want to. But actually sticking to our guns, standing up, for example, for democracy and a free press, what's left of it in Hong Kong. You have people like Jimmy Lai, a key publisher. Be like if the publisher of the New York Post was sitting in a political prison, standing up for our values and basically not pulling back on the throttle, not pulling back on the things that Trump enacted, tariffs and export controls and some language about human rights on China.
Let's talk about this because U.S. troops are ready to, quote, fight tonight, Christian. That's according to Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, defending the decision to restart joint military exercises with South Korea despite North Korea's threats. Do you expect retaliation at this point from Pyongyang?
I don't know about retaliation, but certainly whatever the administration thought it wanted in asking for talks with North Korea, we were in a pretty good place with North Korea against all odds. President Trump's combination of very tough language, some military displays of force, but also a willingness to engage diplomatically with North Korean leaderships actually had us in a place where North Korea hasn't tested a nuclear weapon in about 4 years and hasn't tested a long-range ICBM in about 4 years. Why would you want to prod that bear, that sleeping bear, if you will? Why, you know, just let it be. Attempting these negotiations and combining it with some tough verbiage from the Secretary of Defense, that doesn't really work on North Korea.
Yes, that is true. You know, President Trump was making some progress with them, if you will, and so this administration is going to have its hands full. Christian Whiton, great to see you this morning. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend, sir.